Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. There was a cool announcement recently that I kind of highlighted on the Wax Weekly Recap that I wanted to really dive into a little bit more. And that was a collaboration that is now happening between Cosmos 11 and Fanvolt, which is a new project that's coming out here shortly that essentially is combining Web 3.0 gaming with real life, an actual soccer club, and being able to help influence the decisions of the club, which I thought was super interesting. As you may know from many of my videos this past couple years, I'm a big fan of the combination of the two, the virtual and the in real life, combining with the Web 3.0 space. So this one definitely had me interested. So I wanted to go ahead and do an intro video on it. Please understand as I'm going through this video, there's a lot of questions that are outstanding and a lot of details that I am not aware of. I am not part of the club or part of the project, so I'll be learning them as you do. So this is really just an intro video that's going to cover some of the details, but there's going to probably be some videos coming here in the future once more details are released. So be aware of that as you're going through this video. Before we jump into the video, I know I have to do everyone's least favorite part of the video and let you know this disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please make sure you do your own research before you jump into any project. Don't take my word or anything that's said in this video as financial advice or advice in any way. I'm just a gamer playing a game and reviewing games as part of this. I am not telling you to jump into any project or anything along those lines. Do your own research, make sure it's right for you. Go ahead and pause this video and read this thoroughly before we jump into it. All right, so let's get back to the video. For those of you that are not aware, Cosmos 11 is a soccer-based Wax blockchain game where you can manage an alien group of, I guess, players to go ahead and manage your club and try and improve and build on your club. And for those of you that are not aware, I'm in the United States, so I call it soccer, and I understand the rest of the world calls it football. So I will be just referring to it as soccer just because that's what I'm used to. But essentially what you do in this game is you get your club, all your players, and you start playing games and competitions against other people. You earn points, you level your players up, you build up your club, and that's what it is. It is all virtually related ability to go ahead and build out your club. As I mentioned, they went through the process and they are now teaming up with a project called Fanvolt. What Fanvolt is, it's essentially going to be a fan-based, community-based environment where you're going to have the ability to go ahead and influence a club. Essentially what the Fanvolt team is going to do, and again, I don't know all the details around this, so please excuse my vagueness as I'm talking about this. Essentially, they're going to buy a club or get a club, start a club. I'm not sure which way it's going to go, and they're going to go ahead and release a token, NFTs, and so forth that are going to be available to the community. That depending on what you own, you have some influence as far as voting in decisions that are related to the club. This goes everywhere from the strategy to even the name of the club and players on a per game basis. You're able to, as a community, vote on who's actually going to be the players that play in the game. And this is something I know a lot of fans wish they had some control over. Me personally, I watch a lot of American football, and there's a lot of times I'm wondering why the team's doing certain things. Soccer, I'm also a fan of, but I don't know as well as I know American football. But I know there's a lot of fans that would love to have some sort of influence over their favorite team, whether it's strategies or who's playing or what decisions they're making down the road. And what Fanvolt is trying to do is build that community, build that relationship between the fan base and the club and connect the two together. I'm going to go ahead and have the links to both Cosmos 11 and also Fanvolt in the description down below. So if you want to go ahead and check out this website, you're more than welcome to do it. It has a lot of details as far as the timelines go. They just essentially announced this probably within the last couple of weeks. So not a lot of details have come up, and a lot of it's really going to start moving forward as far as 2024. So expect some of this to come. That's why I wanted to get this out here. I wanted to mention it so people at least were familiar with it. I know they've been posting on Twitter, and I know the Cosmos 11 community is well aware of what's going on, but I don't think a lot of other people are. Only caught my attention as I was going through the Discord to get ready for the Wax Weekly recap. That's why I wanted to mention it here. But they're looking to start as soon as basically Q1 of 2024, where they're, if you look at the roadmap here, they're looking to establish the club as soon as that, picking out and voting for the logos and the colors and all the initial stuff. And then Q2, they're going to do some friendly matches. They're actually going to start getting players involved. As far as the funding goes for this, because I know that was one of the questions that I had, are they looking for NFTs and tokens to completely fund this operation? I don't believe that's the case from my initial conversations. And again, this is all generic, what they could tell some random person that's asking them questions. They are looking for some funding outside of the tokens to go ahead and do that initial capital to get the club. But obviously the tokens and the NFTs are going to help support the club in the long run. And the NFTs are also going to have some value towards the fan base also. For example, and I'm going to switch over to the white paper here. And let me, there it is. They're going to have a number of different types of NFTs that are going to be out there. Obviously, the voting power token, that's what you're going to use to go ahead and help make decisions as far as the club goes. That's probably going to be the most meaningful thing that most people are going to have, is that rate. And then they're going to have other NFTs that are going to help you get actual exclusive club merchandise, like get some jerseys for the club, things like that, that allow you to really be a normal fan base for a club. And they have golden tickets that are going to be for giveaways and VIP experiences for the club. And then unlocking achievements. Again, this is just the initial part of it. And there's a link to this white paper on the Fanvolt website. Again, link in the description down below to the website. They have a lot of details in here, but they have a lot of initial details. In talking to the team, there's a lot of detail that they're not quite able to put in the white paper yet for legal reasons, at least not till they've gone through all the details as far as the club goes and the initial financing. So there's more information to come. So just keep an eye out on both the Fanvolt Discord and also the Cosmos 11. It's a very interesting project. Like I said, this is just an initial conversation, an initial look at what's potentially coming. There, to be honest with you, my personal opinion and my personal feedback on this, there are going to be some challenges. It is going to be a tough road to actually be able to implement this. I want to be clear on that. This is not an easy thing that they're trying to do. Having said that, if they're able to be successful with this, it is going to be a very interesting project to watch because it opens a lot of doors, a lot of big doors. There's a ton of risk that goes along with it. But if it works out, it's going to be something that's really fun to watch happen. And if you really enjoy this stuff, if you're a big soccer fan that really has a lot of knowledge around it and wants to really get your influence into a project or influence into a club and be able to manage the decisions of a club, this might be something that you want to take a look at. Again, not financial advice, but something that's I'm finding very interesting that goes way beyond just the regular gaming perspective. It's why I wanted to highlight this, because it's one of the more interesting things that popped up recently, not just in the Wax community, but also the Web 3.0, because it goes so much further than just the gaming side. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this. I don't know if I'm going to jump in on it. I don't know what extent it's going to happen. I want to find out more information about it, but it's definitely something that's on my radar. And if you're a soccer or you call it football fan that has a lot of experience, a lot of interest, and you sit on your couch at home watching your favorite club and yelling at them as you think they make wrong decisions. This may be something that you may be interested in. Again, just an initial view on this. A lot more to come on this. Let me know down in the comments below. Again, I know this is high risk, lots of challenges, but what are your thoughts on the potential that you could have some influence on your favorite club or your favorite sports team? I think the magnitude of this, if it's successful, it becomes very interesting as far as how far you could go with this type of thing. I can see projects really breaking off of this and going with different, not just clubs, not just sports teams, but different other companies and things like that. I find it interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. Let me know down in the comments below, what are your thoughts of this? Expect some additional videos on this once more details are available. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.